It's in PI SMT that you create these trusts. Alternately, you can use PyConfig, but we're not going to demonstrate that this time. Here's the PI Trust editor. There are two ways that you can create a trust. You can choose the advanced method, in which you simply know the names of the attributes and you create the trust yourself. These attributes roughly match the names that you see here. There's a couple of differences. For example, if you look at the OS user, that's actually the Windows account. So the names don't match 100%. But anyway, so that's one way to create this trust. The second way is to use the wizard. And with the wizard, you're simply going to be stepped through it. So for example, if I say we're going to go with my trust 6, and I can give it a description, etc., I'm going to be asked which type of application. Is it an NT-based application? Is it an SDK-based application on Windows 98? This is going to set up the proper trust and allow the right connection criteria. There's certain restrictions, as we've discussed earlier. API only has 3 connection criteria. The same for SDK-based applications that are not using NT or later. So let's say we're doing an SDK application, or excuse me, let's say we're doing an API application like an interface. We need to specify the name of the application. And as we're showing you right here, we try to make sure that we explain the name of that application is simply the name of the string provided by the calling application along with the E appended to it. Now the name of that application can be found in the message log when it tries to connect, the system manager's message log. So if it's the OPC interface and it's called opc int.exe, well, that would be the name if it were an SDK-based application. But with an API-based application, it's just going to be opci with a capital E. And then you get to specify either the node name or the IP address. And as I mentioned before, we accept the names, either fully qualified or the local name. So if this is just called mycomputer.osisoft.com, that would be the fully qualified domain name. As I've mentioned earlier, sometimes it's best to actually create 2 trusts depending on how your domain is set up, your network is set up. Sometimes we'll derive the fully qualified, sometimes we'll only derive the network path, the local name. But that's another way that you can create a trust. And then we specify the name of the user. And when you're done, you have a trust that, again, has the same attributes. It's just a slightly different way to get there.